CJ Flyer back with the fire, another YouTube video. In today's video, we have yet another NBA 2K24 My NBA Rebuild, the Restart Challenge, aka the Blow It Up Challenge, in which we take all 5 starters from an NBA team, we trade them all away in an attempt to win the championship within that same season. We don't care about the rest of the team's future, we just care about that single season, and we've been doing these alphabetical order. Today we have the Detroit Pistons. Now, the Pistons, they've been messing around, tweaking their starting lineup every week, it seems. For a while, Monty Williams, I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't starting Jaden Ivey. And finally, in the last few games, he has been playing in the starting lineup. It's taken way too long. Yes, I am a Purdue fan. In case you couldn't tell, I am a Jaden Ivey advocate. And there's no reason why the man shouldn't be starting on a tanking team. But here we are, Monty Williams. Dude, come on. Here we go. Finally getting the starting lineup. So he will be one of the players we trade. Now, because the Pistons keep switching up their lineup and there's not really a well-defined starting lineup here, we're going to actually trade more than just the 5 current starters. We're going to trade a few extra players as well. So, of course, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey, and Isaiah Stewart are the current starting lineup. However, since Killian Hayes was in the starting lineup for a while, we'll go ahead and trade him as well. Bogdanovich, he is starter quality, so we'll be trading him. And that will be that. So we'll be trading 7 players today. Cunningham, Duren, Thompson, Bogdanovich, Ivey, Stewart, and none other than Killian Hayes, who had no business being in the starting lineup. Yes, he's got some above average defense, but other than that, he's absolute garbage on the offensive end, and I'll be so happy to get rid of him. I'm sorry if Killian Hayes, if you're watching this video, you destroy me in 1v1 in real life basketball, that's for sure. Any NBA player would, let's not kid ourselves. But yeah, okay, we're going to be trading these guys away. Let's go ahead really quickly now into the trade finder. Cade Cunningham, of course, our top-rated player, 85 overall, so hopefully we can get some great value in return. And sure enough, right off the bat, we have a Tyrese Maxey trade offer. We got DeMar DeRozan, we got a Jarrett Allen deal, James Harden to Detroit. Are you kidding me? That is an option. We could get James Harden to Detroit, I suppose. De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Brunson, man, if any of these trades are available in real life, I'm sure the Pistons would probably be all over it. That's that 2K trade logic for you, not really making any sense at all. Dylan Brooks, is he a Detroit Pistons type of player? You know, grit and grind, tough and physical. Yeah, I mean, he'd fit right in, right? I wouldn't say today's Detroit Pistons are like that, but historically, you know, the bad boy Pistons and also the 2004 Pistons that, you know, took it to the Los Angeles Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. So maybe we can bring some of that back. We get Şengün and Dylan Brooks. I'm just kidding. I don't think that's really the best route to go, especially with some of these other trade offers. A lot of them I'm leaning towards right now. This Tyrese Maxey Covington deal is pretty good. And then, of course, Harden, yeah, you have to consider it, even though in real life, no thanks. But, of course, we only care about this season, right? You know, why would you trade a 22-year-old star for a 34-year-old star? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always make a whole lot of sense unless that 34-year-old star is, you know, Kevin Durant or LeBron James. Then it's a maybe. What else we got? Bam Adebayo and De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Brunson. This De'Aaron Fox one looks pretty good too. And then I'm always a sucker for the Michael Bridges and Nick Claxton combo. So that's what we got going on with those trade offers. And if we look at Jalen Duren, he's a player we've traded for in previous rebuild videos. What can we get in return? We got Derek White popping up. And this is just to give us an idea of what we can get in return, because obviously once you make one trade, some of the trade offers change for the other players just because you have a whole different roster structure. And the way the 2K trade logic works is a lot of the offers are based on the roster structure. So right here, Quickly and Robinson for Joe Harris and Jalen Duren. I actually like this deal quite a bit. I think we're getting some good value in return. And, you know, we don't really need Joe Harris, so that would work out. Nick Claxton, there you go. That's also a really good one. And what else? Şengün. Duran for Şengün straight up. And what else we got here? Nurkic, Jalen Williams. We have not really seen too much of him in trade offers. Anything else that catches our eye here? I wouldn't say so. That's pretty much it. Here I feel like we get the most bang for our buck, if you will. Not the best player, but we get 2 for 1. So that would be pretty nice. And then look, oh, Derek Lively. Gotta like Derek Lively. And then here I'd say this is the best player available type of deal. We get Nick Claxton in return for Jalen Duren. So a little bit of a toss-up, but I am leaning towards this one. I think that's what we're going to do, actually. We're going to go with this trade right now, this 2 for 1, just because we can. And now we got some depth, and if we go back into the trade finder and look at Cade Cunningham deals again, let's see if any of them change. So far, a lot of them are looking the same, if not exactly the same. Actually, yeah, they are looking exactly the same. So now I think we will go for whoever I think to be the best player in this deal. So now we have a point guard and a big. However, Quickly doesn't necessarily need to be in the starting lineup. So that is A-okay. And actually, let's look at Asar Thompson's trades. Just curious, what we got going on here? We got, Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane and Marcus Smart. Okay. Akangu, no. Lauri Markkanen. That's a pretty good value. We can get Jalen Duren back. Obviously, we can't do that one. Nick Claxton and Cameron Thomas. These are what I was talking about. We can flip Emmanuel Quickly, and we can get Claxton and Cameron Thomas in return. Oh, Jamal Murray? Hello. Yes, please. Şengün. Well, hold up. I mean, I know it's kind of like 2 players for 1, so I guess technically this trade would be a little bit better, but I mean, yeah, we're going with this trade. Not even a question. We're doing that trade there. And now we're looking at Jamal Murray, starting point guard for the Detroit Pistons. We still have Emmanuel Quickly on the team for the time being. We got Mitchell Robinson. Let's go ahead, look at those Cade Cunningham deals again. Oh, new deal here. But we have to trade Jamal Murray. This one, no. Okay, now we have a lot of new deals popping up. So we could do Cade Cunningham for Tyler Hero. Oh, Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller on the trading block. I don't care for the De'Aaron Fox deal. Okay, anything that's not a point guard right now would be good. Or a center. No point guards, no centers. I guess that means Tyler Hero. I don't really know that I want Tyler Hero on this team. But you know what? One thing we could also do is we could go through and let's see if we can find a shooting guard or a small forward we would like to pair with Jamal Murray that we know will not be untouchable. Because see, the thing is, I would go for Anthony Edwards, but we already know there's going to be no trade offers. Yep, there you go. See, 2K trade logic for you. All right. Jordan Poole. No, we don't want Jordan Poole on this team. Okay, what else we got here? Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine or a DeMar DeRozan. Is a DeMar DeRozan trade still in the books? It is, but they're all for Jamal Murray. Okay, so we kind of burned that bridge. And same with Zach LaVine. We've effectively burned the Cade Cunningham for DeMar DeRozan bridge by getting Jamal Murray, it seems. Actually, unless... Let's do DeMar DeRozan, and then let's go back to our roster, and to the Pistons. We go ahead, click Cade Cunningham, and oh, there is still, a number of, wait a minute. Oh, no, okay, my bad. I thought we had set something up. Just kidding. Okay, so we need to go back and see if there's any other players. Jaylen Brown, no offers available. Paul George, highly doubt it. James Harden, no offers available anymore. They don't want to give us a super team, I guess. But you know what? So I guess that's what happens. Teams will just refuse to trade with you, which kind of happens in real life sometimes. You know, they don't want teams to become super teams. But let's just try this, okay? Pistons would acquire more. then allowed. Oh, because Bogdanovich was in the trade. I think that's why there's issues now. So what else can we throw in here? Mitchell Robinson. We could throw him in. We could throw in James Wiseman. And the Pistons would still get too much money. So we could throw in Marvin. I mean, there's no way this would work. There's no way this trade would work at all. Is there any player you don't want that you would dump onto us? Bones Highland. I mean, Bones Highland's probably too valuable. Kobe Brown. Brandon Boston Jr. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're not going to go for that. Okay. So it's only something that's going to work through the trade finder. That's another thing. If you propose a trade you see in the trade finder, sometimes that trade will not go through unless you initiate it through the trade finder. And that's been an issue for years. Again, 2K trade logic doesn't quite make a whole lot of sense sometimes. So it is what it is. And right now it looks like the best that we are going to get is Tyler Hero. And what I might try to do is trade for Tyler Hero and then flip Tyler Hero. That is a huge possibility. Same with, well, De'Aaron Fox not going to work, but same with this Jalen Brunson trade. Might trade for Jalen Brunson and then try to flip Jalen Brunson for someone else. Şengün is still an option, of course, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And then what else we got going on here? Emmanuel Quickley. Oh, wait, sorry. We don't want to trade Emmanuel Quickley. Well, we don't need to anyways. Okay. Let's see what available deals there are for Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, Austin Reeves, Nick Claxton, and Cameron Town. Oh, I like this. I like doing that kind of a flip. Şengün is popping up again. Actually, what the world? What is this trade? I like this trade. I like Jayshawn Tate coming off the bench. Yes, please. Jalen Williams, too. That'd be pretty nice. What else we got going on here? That's pretty much it. So, I'd say it comes down to the Nick Claxton Cam Thomas trade, or better yet, we're going to get Şengün on this team. I like that deal. Okay. Let's go back to the trade finder, see what we got going for us now. Let's just get, I kind of just want to get Killian Hayes out of here. Just get off my roster. All right, what do we got? Andre Drummond, Josh Primo, no thank you. Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is popping up for Killian Hayes. It'd be bad PR, but you know what? Might have to go for it. Rui Hachimura, Mo Wagner, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That would be okay. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. The return to Detroit for and Reggie Jackson. What a timeline that would be. Trey Jones, Nurkic. We don't need Nurkic. We have too many bigs now. Kyle Anderson, Kenyon Martin Jr. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're either going to go with Miles Bridges or we're going to go with Rui Hachimura, but we don't need Jackson Hayes. So I'm gonna say we're going to go with the Miles Bridges trade. All right, let's do that. Let's go back to the trade finder. And now we have still have to trade Isaiah Stewart. We have to trade Cade Cunningham. Is that it? Is that all of them? That's how many players have we traded so far that are starters? Let's look at the transactions here momentarily. We've traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we got 2 more players that we've deemed as starters. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this one we're going to do a little bit differently because of the fact that we just, the starting lineup's been changing so much for Detroit. There's not really a set starting 5 right now. And looking at the trades for Isaiah Stewart, we could do Tim Hardaway Jr. That would not be too shabby. Dorian Finney-Smith, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope again. Ooh, and Christian Braun. Okay. Who else? Nurkic, no thanks. That's pretty much it. And then let's look at the Cade Cunningham trades one more time. And just to rehash real quick, the current needs of the roster. We have a starting point guard. We have 2 centers. We have a power forward. We have a backup point guard. Ideally at this point, we get shooting guard, small forwards. That's kind of what we're shooting for here. So Cade Cunningham, a lot of the offers right now coming in are for players that are not shooting guard small forwards, except for Tyler Hero. And then, so as we talked about earlier, we could attempt to flip some players. So flipping Jalen Brunson for someone else, you know, if we make this trade. Because, quite honestly, we don't need Marvin Bagley on this team anyways. So he's a free trading piece right there. And then maybe someone else could come along for Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby, although I do like him, I think we're getting robbed in this trade. What else we got going on here? You know, if longevity were the issue, this would be an okay trade. But again, we're trying to win within this current season. Jalen Williams and Lou Dort, I do like the idea of that, but I'm not sure about the execution. Shaden Sharp. What else we got? That's it. Okay. So I'm thinking risk it for the biscuit. And even though I like this the Nick Claxton, Cameron Thomas duo here, at that point we'd have 3 centers. We'd have to flip one of them. I think we'll have an easier time flipping Jalen Brunson for someone of good value than we will Nick Claxton. Although, see, this is difficult. Look at the value we're getting in this trade. It's difficult. It's difficult. I just want another star player. That's all. But it's just like, look at this. Look at what we're getting here. Ooh, man. Okay. So, kind of 50-50. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's go for the Jalen Brunson trade, right? We're going to go into the trade finder. Let's see what we can get for Brunson. And so far, see, there you go. Chris Middleton, Zach LaVine, Porzingis. What else we got? Bam Adebayo. There we go. Lauri Markkanen. So finally getting some Michael Bridges. There you go. Getting some value here. Like I said, aiming for a shooting guard or small forward. Bradley Beal's popping up now. So those are just some of the trades we can consider. What if we package these two together? Would something crazy come up? I highly doubt it. Yeah, this is nothing good's coming up. Okay, ignore that. What if we try to trade Jamal Murray? Anything good coming up here? Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Trae Young, Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox. No, I mean nothing over the top, nothing out of this world. And then Detroit should have some draft picks, right? No first round pick for 2024. Okay, Detroit. So what are they even losing games for this year? You're not even going to get a good. Oh my gosh. Well, I just realized what a mess Detroit is. Goodness gracious, they are in a world of hurt. That is for sure. So the question of the day: who do we keep, Jamal Murray or Jalen Brunson? I think Jamal Murray. He's got that championship experience. So I think Jalen Brunson's the one we trade, even though I have a soft spot for him, being a Mavs fan. So far, I would say the best looking deals, because again, shooting guard, small forward to fit this team is what we need. Michael Bridges. Michael Bridges is probably our best bet for that. With, I guess, also Bradley Beal. No, this trade sucks. I don't want to do that trade. I think Michael Bridges is what we got to settle on. It's either Michael Bridges or I don't want to do Zach LaVine. And to be honest, I'd rather have Michael Bridges than Lauri Markkanen, kind of, right? I mean, let's be real. I'd rather have Jayshawn Tate over Taylor Horton-Tucker for this team. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do the Michael Bridges deal. So now we have a team. We've got Jamal Murray. We got Michael Bridges, Şengün, Miles Bridges. We got the Bridges. The Bridges, they're not brothers. We got 2 guys with the same last name. Miles Bridges and Michael Bridges on the same team. Here we go. And then we need a shooting guard. Right now, the starting shooting guard would be Alec Burks. Obviously, you know, quickly could fill in if we change the position, but I'm trying to avoid updating any players' positions right now. But let's just go ahead, see what's available for Isaiah Stewart. Any shooting guards. We got Kenyon Martin Jr. It's not a shooting guard primary position. We got Norman Powell available here. Jalen Johnson again. And then, actually, this Jalen Johnson trade might not be too shabby. Jovic and Duncan Robinson. And then we got, Terry Rozier. There you go. That's a shooting guard. And JT Thor. What a legendary name. Get Thor on the team. Trey Lyles and Kevin Huerter. That would be okay as well. Rui Hachimura, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, the return, and any more shooting guards? We got Oladipo. Got a lot of trades here. Okay, so I'm thinking I like Terry Rozier. We haven't traded for him in any of these yet, and I like that this guy's name is JT Thor. Obviously, we're getting kind of, I don't know, I feel like we're getting kind of burned on this trade. But what other option do we have? I guess it's Kevin Huerter and Trey Lyles. That's the better value. But, of course, you know, JT Thor. I mean, his name's Thor. Come on. Now, how tall is... Oh, yeah. Terry Rozier's only 6'1". And Huerter's 6'7". Yeah, okay. We're going to go with this trade. And, okay, add an exception. Make this trade. And there you go. So, we got Jamal Murray, Michael Bridges, Şengün, Mitchell Robinson, Quickly, Miles Bridges, Monte Morris, Trey Lyles, Kevin Huerter. We still got Wiseman on this roster. Jae'Sean Tate, Quentin Grimes, and some bench players. All right, so not too shabby. I do like the way this team is starting to look. So starting lineup would be Jamal Murray at point guard, Kevin Huerter at the shooting guard, Michael Bridges at small forward, Miles Bridges at power forward, Şengün starting at the center, and then off the bench we got Mitchell Robinson, Quickly, Monte Morris, Trey Lyles. James Wiseman's getting playing time, or are we? I'm about to trade him just to trade him. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't feel like giving James Wiseman his redemption arc in this video. He shouldn't be getting any minutes on a championship team. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Yeah, I'm not liking it at all. So Monte Morris and Quickly can play the guards, and I just want to trade Wiseman. Wiseman, I'm sorry. This is not your video. Maybe in a future video, but not this one. What can we get for it? Oh, we can just trade James Wiseman for Kenny Martin Jr.? I mean, okay. And Alex Caruso? Alex Caruso could be our starting shooting guard. And we get Andre Drummond. Wow, a lot of great deals for James Wiseman. I know we don't normally trade non-starters alone, but I'm about to do it. What is this trade? Norman Powell and a first-round pick from the Clippers? Are they drunk? What is this? I mean, in real life, you take this trade 100% of the time, no question. Clint Capella, Duncan Robinson. Why are there so many good trades for James Wiseman? What in the world? John Collins? We can get John Collins on the team? Is this a joke? What? We don't need Monte Morris. What are these offers, man? We're getting some way too good to be true offers for James Wiseman. I mean, why is he a 3-star prospect? All right. What do we got here? Naz Reid as well. Jeez, we found a diamond in the rough as far as, you know, players we can get in return. My goodness. I'm kind of leaning towards the John Collins deal. We could have Miles Bridges coming off the bench. I think that would work, right? And we have Quickly as the backup point guard. We don't need Monte Morris. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Add another trade exception. There you go. All right, let's go back to the rotation. So now it's Jamal Murray, Kevin Huerter, Michael Bridges, John Collins, and Şengün. Just so we don't get confused between Miles Bridges and Michael Bridges. We got to make sure they're not on the court at the same time. And then on the bench, now it makes more sense. We got Emmanuel Quickly. We got Quentin Grimes that can fill in at shooting guard. Miles Bridges can fill in at small forward. Trey Lyles can fill in at power forward. And Mitchell Robinson can fill in at the center. I think that roster construction makes much more sense. I'm liking the look now. I'm really liking the look. I think we got a decent bench. We got a good starting lineup. Jamal Murray and Michael Bridges are the 2 stars. Şengün can contribute as well. So all in all, I think we got some good looks here. Now let's go ahead to the system proficiency. Coaching, system proficiency. What do we got going on here? Monty Williams, pace and space, getting a 3.5 stars. Is there anything that works better? Oh, a balanced proficiency. So maybe this will help our odds. Let's go ahead and make this the active system. Let me just make sure that's saved because I know there's glitches with that sometimes. There we go. That's saved. So now we should be looking good. Rotations rebuilt. Let's go ahead, simulate, and see what happens. All right, Nikola Jokic averaging a triple-double, winning the MVP. We got, you already know who won Rookie of the Year, don't need to say it. Chris Paul, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved, Naz Reid of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Clutch Player of the Year, Trae Young, averaging 30 points per game. And we'll give him 10 assists per game. 9.9, that's close enough. Michael Malone of the Denver Nuggets, winning Coach of the Year with the #1 seed in the West. And we end up with the #2 seed in the East. And Executive of the Year, yours truly. All right, let's go ahead now. Look at these awards. I doubt that any Piston actually won an award. I'd be pretty surprised if they did. And yeah, no, that's Asar Thompson's brother. There's Asar Thompson, traded to the Denver Nuggets. He ends up winning. He gets on an all-rookie first team. Anything else? I'm not seeing much here. So let's go ahead now and proceed to the standings and see what we got going on. Who got first seed in the East? Philadelphia 76ers. Their roster appears to be pretty much the same. Didn't make any crazy trades or anything outside of course, the Harden trade in real life. Everything else, it looks like they just kept the same squad and got 50 wins, so good for them. This 3rd seed through the 5th seed, all with the same record. The Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks. These two, of course, are going to be a problem in the playoffs. They always are in these simulations. Everything else, a bit surprising the Pacers missed out on the playoffs. Nothing else is really too surprising to me. Over in the West, Denver is followed by Memphis, LA. The Warriors, oh my goodness, look at that. The top 5 seeds getting 50-plus wins. That's incredible. And it looks like the Kings and the Timberwolves missed out on the play-in in this simulation. All right, now that we got that covered, let's go ahead and check out the stats for our team. And here we go. Leading the way in points per game, Jamal Murray, 23 points per game, 52% shooting from the field and 44% from 3. And then Michael Bridges, 50% from the field, 48% from 3. Emmanuel quickly shooting 41% from, my goodness, the top 3 scorers, just incredible. Şengün almost getting that double-double. Miles Bridges with 14 points per game, 4 rebounds. Kevin Huerter with 12 points per game. John Collins with 10.5 points per game. Look at this. We got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with double-digit scoring? Talk about spreading the wealth. That's incredible. And then Jae'Sean Tate also getting close to double digits in scoring on average. So all in all, looking pretty great. Good for them. Okay, Asar Thompson on the Denver Nuggets. He did not have, he wasn't close to the top 3 in scoring for the team, but nonetheless, he did contribute. He had 11 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Bogdanovich was the 2nd leading scorer on this Nuggets team with Jamal Murray gone, 18 points per game, and he was doing this coming off the bench too, 69 games played, 2 assists, and shooting a very good percentage as well, 49% from the field, 42% from 3, so great looking out from him. The Nets, who failed to make the playoffs, we flipped Jalen Brunson and brought him over to Brooklyn. So going from New York to Brooklyn here, he led the team in scoring 25 points per game, shooting a very good percentage from the field, but his 3-point percentage is okay, but it's not, outstanding like we've seen some of these other players. Over on the Rockets, Jaden Ivey, the 2nd leading scorer for them with 14 points per game, shooting 44% from the field, 30% from 3, averaging 25 minutes per game. He did not start. So a little bit disappointed by that. I get it though, you got Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green here, so of course someone's got to sit on the bench, otherwise you're starting 3 guards. And it looks like he came off the bench with Amen Thompson. Isaiah Stewart on the Sacramento Kings. Again, we traded him for Kevin Huerter, along with Alec Burks, of course. Alec Burks and Isaiah Stewart both getting double digits in scoring off the bench. Stu, he did not have as many blocks as he's had in the past. And actually, if we go ahead and look at his year-by-year statistics here, career stats, we can see, you know, in the past he's averaged 1 block per game, and that number has slowly faded away down to 0.7. The Knicks got Cade Cunningham, and Cunningham came in and took over that scoring leadership role, getting 25 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and a block, paving the way for, did they make the play-in? Did they? They did, for the 9th seed. There you go. Better than what they were doing in Detroit. So good for Cade Cunningham. We'll go back to the stats here, back over to the Knicks. And who else did we trade away? We also traded away Marvin Bagley III and Jalen Duren. So Jalen Duren, go ahead and look at his stats. Averaging a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and a block. Marvin Bagley actually not doing too bad. 25 minutes per game, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and a block. So all in all, that's good looking out for them. Joe Harris, we also traded him away. You know, bench role, and nothing really much to talk about there. Over on Charlotte's roster, we did trade away Killian Hayes to them for Miles Bridges. Killian Hayes with 8 points per game, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He only started 2 games, not looking too hot. And if we look at his previous stats, yeah, it took a big dip in the assists department, as well as the rebounds too. Yeah, he all across the board, not as good of a season as he was having in Detroit. And that's unfortunate for him. But when you join a team with LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier, I mean, you're just not going to get as many minutes at the guard position. And last, but it seems certainly not least, James Wiseman, who, again, we just wanted to get him off the roster. This was not his redemption arc video, but it seems he has taken sort of a turn for a redemption arc. Traded him to Utah for John Collins and averaging nearly 10 points per game. Wow, look at that, actually. Look at Utah's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, if you count these guys, 12. If you count the guys getting 9 points per game, I mean, it's 9 guys with 10 points plus per game and an additional 3 with 9 points per game. What's going on in Utah, man? Oh, I see. Lauri Markkanen got hurt. This guy only played 5 games. So really, if you take, man, that's unfortunate for Utah. If you take those 2 guys out, then it's a you know, this doesn't look as impressive. But there are a lot of guys that average double digits in scoring this season. James Wiseman playing in 70 games, averaging 20 minutes per game, getting 7 boards. That's got to be like a career high for him, right? Yeah. The past 2 seasons, getting 6 rebounds a game, now up to 7. His scoring not quite as high, but nonetheless, honestly, it's impressive he got any good, significant time on this roster here. So congrats to him. All right, let's go ahead, simulate the play-in, and their matchup is going to be none other than the Toronto Raptors. So let's go ahead and start simulating these games. Winning game 1. Uh-oh, we just lost game 2 there. Not good. Okay, bouncing back in game 3, taking the 3-1 lead, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next round. Simulate to the second round. On the other end of this, the bracket here, you can see the Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers matching up. You know, it's going to be a tough one. And, of course, we are going up against the Miami Heat, who are going to take the first game. It's now a 2-1 series lead for them, 3-1. So it looks like we might fall. Yep, there we go. All right. Falling to the Miami Heat, who I believe their roster was pretty similar. I don't think they made any like drastic changes or anything. And sure enough, yeah, it looks like they have. Oh, they did get Chris Boucher. Or Boucher, excuse me, but otherwise, oh, did they also get Thomas Bryant? I don't think Thomas Bryant started the season with the Heat. I could be wrong on that. I'll have to go check in a second. But, yeah, otherwise, Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler leading the way, and that's what ended us. We have John Collins as the leading scorer in the last game. Thank you, James Wiseman, for getting us someone that can contribute in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, this is not what you want to see from the Bridges. And also, where in the world? Where's Jamal Murray? Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. Did he get injured? Oh, of course, broken right toe. Well, that'll hurt your playoff chances. All right, so if we go ahead and go back to game one, it looks like Jamal Murray was out from the start. I'm surprised I missed that. But, oh, he must have gotten injured in the first round. If we go ahead into here, and yeah, he was not available for game 5. And yeah, there he was for game 1. So it looks like at some point he bowed out. And, oh, was that in game 2? Hold up. Game 2, I do not see Jamal Murray. So yeah, at some point in game 1, he got injured. That's that 2K luck for you. So I think if it wasn't for that, we would have had a much better chance against Miami, but it is what it is. So Miami and Boston matching up in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll go ahead and simulate that, and it's going to be Miami versus LA. Very exciting matchup, and Miami's going to win the NBA championship in 6 games with Jimmy Butler win the Finals MVP. Let me know in the comments if you think we should have done any trades differently. To be honest, not doing the James Wiseman trade would have been brutal. So I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we flipped Jalen Brunson so we didn't overload a point guard, but perhaps there was a better deal we could have gone with, maybe the Nick Claxton, Cam Thomas package. Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe for more NBA 2K24 My NBA Rebuilds, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.